Hey guys, welcome to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rise of the Beast SCORPONOK figure with his little weaponizer SCORPONOK as well. It's pretty cheap, you know, it's 16 bucks, which for Transformers is pretty cheap. Is it worth the price? We'll see by the end. Personally, I really do dig these guys. This guy specifically is really cool, and this one's a cool little add-on accessory slash army builder piece. And that's another cool part about these, is you can just buy a whole bunch of them and army build, and that wouldn't be bad, because honestly I do appreciate the look of these guys, especially transformed, which we'll get to in a minute. But let's take a look at the little weaponizer first, because that's going to be a pretty quick look. He's got pretty good paint. You can see his little eyes on there. So there's some silver, some red. Actually, that's pretty much it. The rest is just solid plastic. Like, there's no wash or anything there, which this guy could definitely, if you did a wash and then a little dry brush of silver, this would really pop, because there's definitely sculpt on there. And then for articulation on this guy, he's got his little arms here, which it's cool. He actually can hold stuff too, because he has the 5mm port. Let me just grab a piece here. So you can have this little scorpion running around trying to stab at someone. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then for the tail, he does articulate there too. Of course, it's for the transformation as well, but that's where he's kind of a letdown. But it articulates up and down there, and then this extra piece with this little stinger slash blade part. So that goes all the way down and then all the way out, which when it's down, it kind of has this more of a, like a scorpion stinger looking thing there, but it's also kind of like a gun maybe. So that'd be kind of cool. He's running around shooting, and then there's this melee attack. That's kind of cool. But then his transformation here is pretty simple. You basically are just switching him into a sword, in quotations, because, yeah, it's a bit of a leap to call that a sword. And then that can go into Scorponok's hand here. I don't really care too much for his transformation there. I think pretty much I'm always going to be displaying this guy as a scorpion, because that's just, it's kind of lame looking in my opinion. I don't know, to each their own. I'm sure someone really digs that, but like for me, was it they had this other weaponizer from Rise of the Beast. This guy did a little short on him, and that's a lot cooler, where he turns into a chainsaw, and then he has this handle here. This one turned out a lot better, whereas this one, it doesn't come across the same way. I think there's also the Optimus Primal figure that they have this tiny. He turns into like a solid looking blaster, so that's actually pretty cool too. So scoot him out of the way. Let's take a look at the main piece here. Scorponok. So this guy's really cool in my opinion. I think these are supposed to be flared out. His little shoulder pads. He's got some decent paint on him too, because of all this green going on here. There's some like gunmetal grays, some silver. I really dig it. If you did a dark wash again on this guy and then a little bit of dry brushing, could really pop, make this figure look like a studio series really. Now on the front, this is a complete win in my opinion. I think this is a great figure. But then on the back, this is where they did that price cutting. So what keeps him from equaling the same price as like one of these studio figures would be they freaking hollowed him out. Like, look at that. No brain. Completely sucked out. His back is empty. It's a little disappointing. I'm sure there's probably going to be some potentially third-party stuff where you can plug in and fill this stuff out. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know if they actually do that for these cheaper just toy figures. Usually that's for the upper class studio series or what have you figures. But if they did, that would be pretty cool, because this guy in my opinion is pretty close to being worthy of like a studio series label. Basically that's just what's letting him down. When I saw him in store, he's displayed like this, and it's kind of deceptive because you really don't see what they're cutting out from you. So this part here is his tail. I'm not quite sure how it's supposed to be used. I assume it's a sword, so it's kind of a parts forming thing, because that plugs in later for the transformation, but otherwise it just gets held on in the hand there as this giant ass looking club sword weapon, and I kind of really dig it. It's kind of sick, and I love this green that they're using on all of this. It's kind of a toxic look. Not bad. So for the articulation on this guy, he's actually not bad. You know, it's not a ball jointed head, but it does have a full swivel. Shoulders are ball jointed, so full swivel. This piece is articulated as well as just the arm itself, and it can articulate out quite a bit. And then the elbow here, also ball jointed, so full spin as well as in and out. We can get to a 90-degree angle, which is good. No wrist articulation, unfortunately. And same articulation on the other side there. No waist. There is hips are on a ball joint, so we got out, we've got forward, we've got backward. Pretty good range there. And at the knees, also ball jointed, so we can do a full spin even. Get a decent past 90-degree angle bend there. Not bad at all. No ankle articulation. That would be cool too if we had some swivel. Again, the price point, I think this is 16 bucks. That's where you end up getting that price cut. But this also articulates, but that's for the transformation, as well as these pieces here. I don't really know if you'd count these, because these being articulated anyway, other than just kind of sticking out, looks weird. Like, that just was all going to be blocking together and won't really work. It doesn't really get out of its own way. So, not bad with the articulation and details, in my opinion. It's kind of a really cool figure, really cool look. As for the weaponizer, you know, a little bit of a letdown. Let's do the transformation on this guy. It's actually really quick. I don't think I even have to cut away. Basically, let's see. So, these back legs are going to clip together. Let's see right there. Clips together. And then they swing back. We drop this down, swing these back, and then they're going to loop into these little sockets. So let me bend that. There we go. That's hooked in. Then we got, you can see he's kind of a shell former in that way. Pull the arms forward, basically. Oh well. And since it's ball sockets, you can just easily pop off the limbs, by the way. That's not bad if you're needing to readjust or something like that. And then this tail here pops in, and this is going to be the little stinger. And that's really it for the transformation. Super easy transformation. And I think it's very effective, you know. When you look at these two together, you get the idea. These are the same creature. This is just an upper scaled version. I think it would be cool to do a paint match. Kind of take this green, put some green on this guy, make them look almost the same. And then, honestly, army building would be cool on these because you get 2 per pack. If you get like 4 or 5 packs, you got a veritable army. And then have all these little guys running around mixed in with the big ones. Makes them look more imposing. As for this transformation mode, I actually really dig it. You know, it's a little clumsy because you still see the feet out here. Like, these legs don't articulate at all. And then this is literally just his same arms, but because it has these hooks, they kind of look like the claws. But I can't say it's not effective. It does look like SCORPONOK. It's neat. And I do enjoy playing with it, which is what it's intended for. This is more of a kid's toy. As far as the kids' toys from this Rise of the Beast movie, I think this is one of the better ones. A lot of the ones from this one just kind of weird. Like those Flex ones, Flex Transformer or whatever, I won't even buy those. Those things look cheap. Yeah, but not bad. And then side by side there with his friend, look at that. So articulation on him in this mode is really just the arms, same articulation, a little hindered by the back legs blocking him. And then the tail, which is his sword, it now articulates there, you know, swings around, ball joint, and then ball jointed at the top here too, so it can get some full rotation and whatnot. And it doesn't really need much more than that, in my opinion. I guess you could pop this out, maybe get a little more range this way. I don't know if that makes a difference. There you go. Yeah, so I really dig these figures. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I would definitely recommend these if you want an army build, or if you just kind of dig the look. If it's not really for you, maybe you don't like the beasts as much, maybe you're not willing to fork out that much money for a hollow figure, I can't blame you. You're probably right. But I myself, you know, I don't regret buying these. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Here's the SCORPONOK figure compared to a Studio Series Bumblebee, Studio Series Optimus, and Legacy Prowl. And here are the weaponizers side by side.